All right, first and foremost, give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Kakodash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, and who's worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace salutations to you brothers out there pushing the truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for love of the gospel. All right, it's the brother Gabar from the Indiana camp. Come back again with another sit down to basically to read this article. It's the website is it says humansarefree.com. And as you see the title, it says the Vatican removed 14 books from the Bible in 1684. It says with no real explanation. All right, but the explanation is what, man? Because they didn't these what is it, 8 books? I think it's 8 or is it 10? Hold on, slack it, because it goes into it. 14, slack it, 14 books was a part of the scriptures, what's called the Apocrypha, and they really, to be honest, really, you can actually pinpoint who is Esau. All right, it actually goes in depth on who Esau Edom is. All right, it goes in depth about how the Greeks. All right, it actually names Alexander the Great, namely in the Apocrypha. All right, so this book actually goes in depth and it names names. All right, and this is actually how Christopher Columbus found America. How did he know America was on this other side? He just didn't voyage, saying he was on his trip. He was on his way to India, and he was on his way to India, but yet he stumbled over here and accidentally. No, he knew exactly. Okay, let me ask you this: if Christopher Columbus was on his way over here, or if on his way to India, and he needed and he was on his way over here, why did he have Hebrew interpreters on his ship, man? All right, because he knew that the 10 lost tribes of Israel was over here, man. All right, the so-called Northern Kingdom. All right, consists of Ephraim, Native America, man. All right, and Issachar. All right, and the various other 10 tribes, man. All right. So Christopher Columbus completely knew about it, man, and that's why Esau took this Bible out by the Bible Destruction Group, man. All right, but it's gonna get on the description box below, so you brothers can go down there and view it if you want to read it yourself. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just read a couple passages of it and just just to prove that the Apocrypha goes hand in hand with the scriptures, man. All right, because it is the scriptures. This is typically when the Bible is brought up to conversation, what comes to mind in the source of truth that has nothing been tampered with. However, when this book was originally published, it contains 80 books, and in the current edition only 66, which is, you get the King James Bible. It says, and we have to wonder what's the exact purpose to remove the removal of 14 books would serve. All right, it says the Vatican Church of Rome, Catholic Church, has been associated with depressed deception from ages. It says their I don't know how to pronounce that word, have ranged from genocide many centuries among against the Catholic role and the child molestation. It says is more recent in more recent years. So basically they're showing that the Roman Catholic Church is not to be trusted, man. All right. So them taking out the 14 books, which is the Apocrypha, man, has to have a key part in something, man. All right. They just didn't do it just because it's something to do. No, they did it for a reason, man. All right, it says the Bible was originally translated from Latin to English in 1611. It says the original Bible contains 80 books, including Apocrypha, which means hidden. Which means, if you go to where Apocrypha, it basically means sent away and hidden. All right, and the 1611 is when King James published the Bible and translated from Latin to English, man. All right, that's when King James did it. It's 1611. So if you ever get a 1611 Bible, it's always gonna have the Apocrypha in it, man. All right. So if you but it's beautiful because it doesn't have the Quran in it. It doesn't have the Dead Sea Scroll in it. It doesn't have the Egyptian Book of the Dead. It doesn't have what else? The Book of Enoch. It doesn't have none of that, man. It has the Apocrypha in the 66 other Bibles and the 66 other books, man. all to in total 80 books. Okay, it says it says these apocrypha books made up of the end of the Old Testament and including the following books. All right, first Ezra's, second Ezra's, Tobit, Judith, the rest of Ezra's, the wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus, which is surnamed Sirach. It says Baruch, which is an epistle of Jeremiah, the songs of the three holy children, the history of Susanna, Bel and the dragon, the prayer of Manassas, First Maccabees and Second Maccabees. All right, and some of these books are actually go hand in hand, which will all the books go hand in hand with the scripture because it is a part of the scriptures. But you can actually read in the scriptures and get some edification about these books, man. All right, for perfect example, man, the book of Baruch, man. You can actually go in Jeremiah and read about Baruch, man. All right. Because Baruch was a scribe unto Jeremiah. Let me read that. This is Baruch. This is Jeremiah chapter 43. 45 and 1. It says the word that Jeremiah the prophet spake unto Baruch the son of Neriah when he had written these words in a book in the mouth of Jeremiah in the 40 years of Jehoiakim, the son of Joash, king of Judah, saying, all right, it says, thus said the Lord, the God of Israel, unto thee, O Baruch. All right. See, so Jeremiah was speaking these words into Baruch, and Baruch was writing it down, man. Baruch has his own scriptures right in the Apocrypha, man. All right, so it just shows you Baruch and Jeremiah goes hand in hand, man. All right. Maccabee, hey, Bel and the dragon. Bel and the dragon talks about Daniel. All right. See, look, Bel and the dragon is when King Nebuchadnezzar. Let's read a couple verses of it. It says, this is Bel and Dragon chapter 1 verse 1. It says, in the king Asgaraka was gathered to his fathers, and Cyrus the Persian received his kingdom, and Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above all his friends. And the Babylonians, now that Babylon had an idol called Baal, and there were spent unto him every day 12 great measures of fine flour, and 40 sheep, and 6 vessels of wine. And the king worshipped it, and were daily to adorn it. And Daniel worshipped his own God. And the king said unto him, Why dost thou not worship Baal? It says, Who answered and said, Because I am not worship an idol made with hands, but the living God, who have created the heavens and the earth, and have sovereignty over all flesh. Then said the king unto him, Thinkest thou not that Baal is a living God? Seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay unto within, and brass without, and did never eat or drink anything. See, so and it's beautiful, because once you read Bel and the Dragon, you understand that Daniel was a very strategic man. He did certain things very strategically. All right. He walked very circumspectly. In this one, he did a strategic thing, which what? If you read more into the scriptures, if you read more into this chapter, they were seeing that was Baal a living God, but basically they'll put food in a chamber and locked it and sealed it. You know, whether to see if somebody broke the seal, if the seal was whole, that means nobody went into it, and the seal was split, that means somebody did go into it. But but Daniel did something. He put ashes upon the ground and let nobody see him. Put ashes upon the ground, and then when they put the seal, when they opened up the chamber, he seen footprints. He told nobody to go in. He said, "You see them? Them are footprints right there. I mean, somebody was in here walking around eating." All right. So then it was very strategic, man. And then he's also mentioning the book of Susanna. All right, he's the first person that actually did interrogation. All right, he interrogated them 2 men in the book of Susanna. Slacky. This is trying to get it. Okay, here we go right here. This is Susanna chapter 1 verse 45. It says, therefore, if you read the book of Susanna, basically Susanna was a very beautiful woman, but she had a husband, and two men plotted on her to basically rape her. All right, but they didn't end up raping her, and they basically was gonna say a lie and say, hey, she tried to get with us, but the Spirit of the Lord didn't have it so, because Susanna was a virtuous woman. This is Susanna chapter 1 verse 45. It says, therefore, when she was laid up to be put to death, the Lord risen up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel, who cried with a loud voice, and I am clear from the blood of this woman. It says, then all the people turned towards him and said, what means thou words that thou hast spoken? So he's standing in the midst of thereof. Are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, without examining and acknowledge the truth? Ye have condemned a daughter of Israel. It says, return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against her. Therefore all the people turned again into haste, and the elder said, come, sit down among us, and show it us, seeing God have given thee the honor of an elder. Then said in Daniel, put these two men aside one from another, and will examine them. So they did, and put asunder one another, and called one on them, and said unto them, O thou that art waxed old in wickedness, now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light. It says, for thou hast pronounced false judgment, and has condemned the innocent, and has let thou guilty go free. It says, albeit the Lord say, the innocent and righteous have thou not slain. It says, now then, now then, if thou have seen her, tell me, under what tree hast thou company together? Who answered, under a mystric tree? And Daniel said, verily well, thou hast lied against thy own head. For even now the angel of the Lord have received the sentence of God to cut thee in two. All right, so basically he separates the men, and both men's stories was completely different, man. All right, just to show you they're lying. One saying this and another saying it's completely a different other thing, man. Just to show you that she was true. So the Apocrypha even has Daniel to just show you it wasn't just written by man and just added to the scriptures. It shows you that it actually has the characteristics of Daniel, man. This is actually how Daniel conduct himself, man, very strategically, man. All right, even if you read the book of Daniel, So it just shows you that this Apocrypha, the 14 missing books of the scriptures are included into the scriptures, man. All right, it goes hand in hand with the scriptures. Okay, it doesn't goes, man. All right, but the Apocrypha goes hand in hand with it, man. Because why? Because it's part of the book. It's part of the Bible, man. All right, and it also fills in the gap, because once you read Malachi and the minor prophets and Jeremiah, well, they call them minor prophets, that goes from Babylon, and then once you go to Matthew, it goes straight to the Roman Empire, man. What about the Greek Empire? All right, but Maccabees covered the Greek Empire. All right, it shows you when Alexander rose up. All right, it shows him his four generals, taking the evil divided in the earth, the four generals, which talks about in Daniel the 7th chapter, I believe. 7th chapter or the 8th chapter. Well, I know the 8th chapter talks about the ram and the goat, which that talks about the Persian Medians versus Greek. All right, that's prophesied in the book of Maccabees, man. All right, because it shows the Greek Empire falling to the Romans. All right. So it gives that the full end, man. All right. So Lord willing, I hope this video is edifying. I'm gonna link that. I'm gonna put that link in the description so you brothers can go read the rest for yourself. Me personally, I'm probably gonna print it off. And if a person says, well, how that book is in the Bible? We can bring this article to light, man. All right, because the Apocrypha is most definitely a part of the Bible, man. All right. And I want to give all praise and honor and glory to you. How about Shem Yahweh Shabbat, Shem Kakwadash, and Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Shalom.